Welcome. Today we are beginning to reach at the organization mathematics of Geeta text. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Vedanta Trey, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Vedanta Trey. Vedanta means essence of Vedas, and essence of Vedanta is Vedanta Trey, and essence of Vedanta Trey is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As such, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with the Vedic knowledge systems may begin with the organization mathematics of the Gita text. Gita text is part of bigger scripture Urma Bhartam. Urma Bhartam is a scripture of 18 parvas, and the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is part of Bhishma Parva, the 6th parva of Urma Bhartam. The chapters 23 to 42 are the present text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagwan Vyas, Brahma Rishi Vyas is the original author of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the scripture which preserves the Vedic enlightenment, and every scholar, Shankaracharya downwards, have attempted commentary upon this scripture. This scripture is organized as the manifestation happening within the rays of the sun. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic knowledge and Vedic systems shall begin with the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today, without having further elaborations of the different aspects, we are initiating ourselves for this organization as feature 1, the first feature. It is the feature of shlokas range gaps values. The shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita may be tabulated as here in column number 2. The column 1 is the number of the chapter, and column 2 gives the number of shlokas of the chapter. Chapter 1 is of the range of 47 shlokas. Chapter 2 is of the range of 72 shlokas. Now this reach from 47 to 72 gives us a gap value 31. Let us open a new copybook in which we shall draw this table. Let us make this table of 4 columns. The first column be reserved for the number of the chapters 1 to 18. Second column be reserved for the number of shlokas of each of these chapters 1 to 18. And third column shall tabulate the gap value. Now here we are writing value 31, means that this is the value, gap value of chapter 18 of 78 shlokas range and the first. So note down that let us firstly arrange the shlokas chapter wise as along a line, a linear organization starting with value 1, and we will reach sequentially up till value 18. This chapter 1 is having 47 shlokas, and the last chapter 18 is of 78 shlokas. Now this organization is as such is a linear organization along a line. If we have a circular organization, if we put these values along the circumference, or other way, if we make the line as a circumference, then we will see that the beginning with value 47 and end reach at value 78. If it is having a complete organization as a circumference, then we will be having here a joint. This joint would mean that value 47 and 78 will get superimposed. Means if we are having n points, then its gaps are going to be n minus 1. However, if we are having n points along a circumference, then n points are also having exactly n gaps. Let us have a pause and take note that when we shall be putting the shlokas of chapters 1 to 18 along the circumference, then this joint will be the 18th gap point. Therefore, when we are writing in column 3 the gap value, then against first we are writing this difference value. The difference of 78 and 41 is 31. So here in column 3, against serial number 1, chapter number 1 of 47 shlokas range, it is giving us a reach at value 31, which is the difference value of values 78 and 47, and so the total gap value up till this initial stage remains at 31. At next step, there is a chapter number 2, its shlokas are 72, and the difference value of 47 and 72 is 25. One may have a pause here and take note that in fact we are taking only the absolute values, the difference values. We are, as here we have written 48 and 47, and we have made it 31. If we had to go from 47 to 48 in the opposite orientation, then as well the difference value, absolute 31 units value would be there. Therefore here, while we will be computing the gap values, then we will be taking care only as of absolute difference values. So at second step, the difference value will be 25. This difference value is 72 minus 47, and in the column, fourth column, the first up till first step we had reached at value 31. At second step we have additional value 25, and the summation value becomes 56. Therefore in column 4, at second step we have reached that value 56. Though chapter 3 is a chapter of 43 shlokas range, the difference value of 72 and 43 is 29. Absolute value, absolute difference value of 72 and 43 is 29. 56 plus 29 gives us 85. Let us have a pause. Let us see that here in this table we are focusing upon the gap values. we are interested to compute, to have a complete summation value of all the gap values of the chapter 1 to chapter 18. The first chapter, 47 shlokas range in a circular arrangement, gives us a value 31 as a difference value of the shlokas of chapter 18 and of 1. So at first step we have reached that value 31 as the gap value. At second step we had additional value 25 as a difference of 72 and 47, and this as computation will take us from 31 to 56. At the next step, chapter 3 is of 43 shlokas range. The difference value of 72 and 43 is 29, and 29 plus 56 gives us 85. Therefore, up till chapter 3, our gap value comes to be 85. The fourth chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is of 42 shlokas range. The difference value of 43 and 42 is 1. So 1 plus 85 gives us value 86. The fifth chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is of 29 shlokas range. The difference value of 42 and 29 is 13. 13 and 86 gives us a value 99. So up till chapter 5 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are having a gap value 99. The sixth chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is again of 47 shlokas range. The difference value of 29 and 47 is 18. 18 plus 99 takes us to value 117. The chapter 7 is of 30 shlokas range, and the difference value of 47 and 30 is 17, and 17 plus 117 takes us to value 134. Chapter 8 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita text is of 28 shlokas range. The difference value of 30 and 28 is 2. 2 plus 134 takes us to value 136. Chapter 9 is of 34 shlokas range. The difference value of 28 and 34 is 6. 6 plus 136 takes us to value 142. Chapter 10 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is of 42 shlokas range. The difference value of 34 and 42 is 8, and 142 and 8 takes us to value 150. 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is of 55 shlokas range. 55 and 150. This 55 and 42 gives us a difference value 13. 13 and 150 takes us to value 163. Likewise, the chapter 12 is of 20 shlokas range. The difference value of 55 and 20 is 35, and when we will go on adding these difference values, then at the end we will reach at value 284. Let us have a pause and take note that the Ganita Sutras, 16 Ganita Sutras, Ekadhikain Purvain to Gunak Samuchaya, 16th chapter. This text of 16 Ganita Sutras is a text of 283 letters. The first shloka, Ekadhikain Purvain, gives us a rule of progression one more than before. It is this progression rule which will take us from value 283 to value 284. Let us have a pause and let us revisit this organization. The text, Geeta text, is a text of 18 chapters. The shlokas ranges of these 18 chapters lead us to gap values, which comes to be 284. Now this value 284 is one more than value 283, means it is when the linear progression is transformed into a circular formation, when line is transited and transformed into the format of a circumference of a circle, then it is the application of the Ganita Sutras which is having its repetitive, means the text of Ganita Sutras as a mathematical domain of Ganita Sutras is initially having a mathematics of linear progression. Now this mathematics of linear progression transits and transforms of its own in terms of its inherent features, in terms of its inherent processing steps. The first processing step of first Ganita Sutra, one more than before, takes us from 283 to 84. We have to have a pause here and have a proper comprehension of this organization feature of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is having foundational mathematics of the Ganita Sutras. Ganita Sutras are the foundational mathematics of organization format of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This initial feature will give us an initiation as to how the Vedic systems are organizing themselves along the format of the Ganita Sutras. Ganita Sutras as such are the mathematical processing steps which are at work for having a reach at the organization of the Vedic literature, Vedic knowledge, Vedic scriptures. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Vedanta Trayi, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Srimad Bhagavad Gita itself. Vedanta Trayi is essence of Vedanta. Vedanta is essence of Vedas. So Vedas, Vedanta, Vedanta Trayi and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. These are the four inner folds of the organization of the Vedic systems. So the Vedic systems are a reach of the fifth fold. So this organization format of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which in its gaps, at its first fold of the gaps, takes us to value 284. From tomorrow, we will be picking up the thread from this phase and stage, this initial feature of the gaps, values, range of 284 as the first gap fold. From this first gap fold, we will be reaching at the second, third, fourth and the fifth folds. Moment we will be having with us these internal inherent unfolding processes of the gap values of the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then we shall be blissfully face to face with the knowledge domain, enlightenment domain of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Let us have the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita with us. let us be through this particular text with a focus upon its organization feature, as that this scripture of 700 shlokas range is organized as 18 chapters. So this 700 units value is punctuated 18 times, and these punctuation joints, these gaps, these 18 gaps of this range are the seat of the foundational mathematics, the Vedic mathematics, the mathematics of Ganita Sutras. It is in terms of it that we shall be having understanding, comprehension and enlightenment of the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as there is happening manifestation of Divya Dhruv, transcendental content, making the existence phenomenon of the earth within a solar universe. Thank you very much.